All right, welcome back to Game 2 of our Edmonton Hub. We've got the Edmonton WAM in the royal blue facing off against the Rocky Mountain Rage in the white.
Rocky Mountain Rage is a new team in the NRL this year. They are based out of Cochrane, just outside of Calgary.
And fun fact as we get started here, on our coaching bench, we actually have 5 Edmonton WAM alumni, 3 on the Edmonton WAM's bench with head coach Jen Krochak, assistant coach Maria Thompson, and Heather Conkin, as well as the coaches on the Rocky Mountain Rage bench. Bree Beck was the goalie for the Edmonton WAM for a while, as well as Kelsey Kane, joined by head coach Chris Kelly, Lee Sauer, and Megan Kelly.
Yeah, and if you can sort of see on Edmonton WAM's bench, there are some young children out there. So there's a couple of teams from Edmonton Ringette, a couple of Step 1 teams called, so this is one of my favorite things about Ringette, is letting the kids pick their team names. And inevitably you have colors plus animals or ice plus something, and these two teams do not disappoint. It's the representatives from 2 Step 1 teams, and Step 1 means that they're probably 6, 7, 8 years old. They are called the Ice Dragons and the Ice Divas. So there's a theme of ice, which makes sense for Ringette. But it's always fun to have the kids out to watch the game.
So we're going to see them cut out here. We've got our player to watch, Vail Ketsa, just returning from her time with Team Canada at the World Ringette Championships in Finland. So she got a couple goals there, so she'll be one to watch on the Edmonton side.
Yeah, number 17 in blue. Practicing that one-timer, so maybe we'll see her use it in a game.
Yeah, and then we're going to see some of these future Wambits coming out onto the ice. So that's always the nice thing about this host weekend, is we can have some local teams get out, enjoy the action, see some Ringette at some high-paced level.
Yeah, I didn't realize they had their skates on, so that's really cute. Look at them go.
On the Rage side, we've got the one to watch right now is number 7, Tessa Galandi, who also just returned from Worlds on the Team Canada junior team, so they play U21 division.
There's a lot of players on Rocky Mountain Rage that just came back from the U21, the junior national team Worlds, and there's a lot of players on WAM who came back from the senior national team. So
very similar to our first game this morning. We've got a little bit of an experience versus some rookies. So Edmonton WAM's coming in 6-0. This will be their first meetup with the Rocky Mountain Rage. Rocky Mountain's 1-7, but like I said, they're young and it's the start of the season. So as soon as that starts to click, they're going to be one to watch out for as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of good chemistry on that team. So they don't have as much experience playing in the NRL, but there's a good core of them who have played together for several years. So we expect them to do great things in the coming years. Edmonton WAM has a lot of experienced players on their teams. They do have a couple of rookies this year, and we're excited to get this game going. I'm excited. I haven't watched Rocky Mountain Rage play yet, so I'm excited to see what they can do. And it looks like we have Kaylee Woodliff starting in net for WAM, and we have
Paige Roy starting for the Rocky Mountain Rage. A lot of this Rocky Mountain Rage, so we're just going to take a little second. The Ice Dragons and Divas are going to get changed and hop into the stand, so we'll hear some cheering. But a lot of this Rocky Mountain Rage team actually came from the last year's Canadian Ringette Championship winning team, the Zone 2 Blaze.
Yeah, with 19 AA, so that's under 19, so when they were 16 to 19 years old, there's a good core of them. So there are a couple of non-rookies on this team for Rocky Mountain Rage, but a lot of them are rookies in the National Ringette League. So I believe we had Fitzpatrick starting with the ring there to Althen. And that's blocked by Ryan York at the line, but Althen follows up and picks it up. Going to leave the ring for Lily Sauer. Lily Sauer is going to come across the top looking for Clappy in front of the net. But the ring came through to Woodliff, who got the reset for them. But Rocky Mountain Rage is back with Sauer, has the ring. Valencourt couldn't quite handle it, and Erica Lee comes up with the ring. Tajbarsh comes up and gets the ring up to Sydney Fevin. Fevin's going to take some time, come around the side, leave the ring for Tajbarsh coming in. tried to get the big shot off, but it was blocked in front of the net. So WAM has 10 seconds left on the shot clock, and Sydney Feven is going to leave it for Tori Shannon. Tori Shannon whips a shot on net. It goes off Roy and lands on top of the net. So it's going to be blue ring coming back into things. So here we have Krochak, Shannon, and Lauren Henderson. And the pass comes over to Krochak. Gonna cycle around. Shannon's coming in. You can see Galandi trying to sort of slow her down in there. Cuts around the top, gets a good shot around, and Paige Roy with a good save there. And WAM with their umbrella defense, so more of a zone. They weren't marking, they were backing up, but they Rage couldn't find a quick enough pass, so it's a 5-count violation. It's going to be a free pass for WAM.
A couple of these players, including Tori Shannon, are quite tall, so you'll see her really using that reach to cut through and then get that hard shot off right as she breaks the triangle.
Yeah. So Shannon coming around. Doesn't like what she sees. Looked like Krochak was about to set a pick, didn't quite work, and it's back to Krochak with a great back pass out front for Henderson. That looked like a set play. Shannon coming back in, big shot, just goes wide. Krochak picks up the ring, and WAM is going for a line change. So Krochak is going to leave it for Henderson. Henderson takes a shot on net. Good save by Roy, but it's a reset, and Drager, another one with the long reach.
Long reach, and you'll see it quite a bit throughout this. But between her, Ketsa,
and a nice
Shannon.
Back pass there to Ketsa, who bobbles it, but it does end up on net. So Roy has it, and now we have Donauer coming over the line, makes a good pass, and it's up to Galandi. But it's picked off by Kate Henderson, twin sister of Lauren Henderson. Comes out of the zone, and a good pickup by Ketsa in the neutral zone, and it's back for Drager. Again, a give and go that we saw all last game as well. Across the crease to Tate Arlinghouse, but she was in the crease, so. And goalie ring, Roy goes to Sauer. Sauer coming up, and you can see WAM in their zone defense, forcing a turnover there. Arlinghouse gets the ring, but ultimately Rage comes away with the ring, and a support pass across from Sauer to Rice. Rice coming up is pressured by Drager. Taylor Clappy has the ring across to Sauer and back to Oda. They've got about 12 seconds on the shot clock here. Oda Florian's going to take some time, get the ring down low. Clappy gets a good shot on net, a good save by Woodliff, and a reset. But Ferry comes up with the ring and passes it behind the net to Kate Henderson. Kate Henderson is pressured by Clappy. Henderson comes across, gets the pass through to Jamie Ferry. Jamie Ferry immediately up to Sydney Feven, who's on a breakaway. And a big shot, a great play, and a great and even better save by Paige Roy. Paige Roy gets the ring out of the crease. Comes across, Galandi in the neutral zone. Galandi taking some time. One of Rage's captains over to Althen. And Althen must have touched it because Galandi picked it up and it wasn't to both sides. And getting a reset there. And Galandi had gone into the crease before this, so that's why there's a goalie ring now. So Woodliff with the ring. And coming out of the zone here.
Can't get enough Ringette. We'll be back January 10th and 11th to Burlington, Ontario for the Eastern Hub, as well as 17th and 18th in Winnipeg, Manitoba.
So we just saw another example of this immovable ring where Debaji, despite her best efforts, was not able to get the ring out of that scrum. And so Rocky Mountain Rage is rewarded by getting the ring back.
A lot of times in Ringette, you can almost use the boards as that second offender, so really pin them off there.
So Downhauer across to Emma Dick, and it's picked off just across the line. Shannon has the ring, again using her reach. Looking for that give and go. Again, Lauren Henderson has the ring, and Annie Debaji is going to go over the line, but it's picked up by Shannon again. We've got Henderson. Big shot by Henderson and a save by Paige Roy. Roy gets the ring out, and Valencourt going for it in the neutral zone, but can't quite come up with it, and there's Krochak. Krochak over the line.
Both teams are really
Long
putting on that pressure out across those lines, so there's been a lot of turnovers just because they're stepping up right into that play.
Lily Sauer with a pass through the neutral zone. Dick couldn't quite come up with it, so it's Henderson over to Masutka. Masutka up to Wong. Wong gets it to Drager. Drager has a rocket of a shot. She just missed the net there. Now we have Arlinghouse coming in. Puts a good fake on, but decides to go behind the net. Arlinghouse is one of the 2 rookies that WAM has this year, along with Olivia Wong on defense. And good defense there by Rage. The shot clock's about to run out for WAM here. And the shot clock does run out for WAM. So really good, strong triangle play by Rocky Mountain Rage. So Paige Roy has the ring. Behind the net to Dylan Pegan. I'm going to circle back again. WAM with this zone defense where they're just trying to block the neutral zone to avoid a fast break, which so far has been working. It can be a tough thing to play against. So here we have, that was Masutka had the ring, and then over to Wong, to Drager. Ketsa comes back to get the ring, and there's a pass back across the line into her own zone to Wong. And Masutka does a good job to flag down that pass. Wong over the blue line. And it's going to go deep into the corner to Arlinghouse. And Arlinghouse only has 6 seconds on the shot clock, so she's going to have to get a good shot away.
Doesn't realize she gets the reset, so goes in for a second shot, but now they've got it.
Yeah, it maybe shouldn't have been a reset. It might have hit the side of the net. So, again, these shot clock operators have a tough job. And Jamie Ferry with the pickoff in the neutral zone. Over to Kate Henderson. Tries the pass to Fevin. Fevin can't pick it up, and we have Madison Fitzpatrick with it. She's going to gain some speed coming behind the net against that 2-on. Does a nice spin move. Gets the ring up the boards to Valencourt, but it's picked off on a good step by Kate Henderson. Ryan York comes up with the ring, makes a pass across in the neutral zone. Tajbarsh over to Fevin. Fevin looked like she took a shot, but she hit the side of the net, so there's no reset for that. 10 seconds on the shot clock, and Ryan York is coming across. Goes for the shot across the body, but misses the net. And it is a ring for Rocky Mountain Rage. Leah Wagner had the ring, got it out to the neutral zone. That's Dylan Pegan. He's going to try and shake Ryan York. Gets the ring to Althen into the zone. Althen is going to cycle. They've got 8 seconds left on the shot clock here. And got the ring in on net, and Woodliff is able to hold on to it. Woodliff wasn't quite able to move it quickly enough, though. So it's a 5-second violation, and it's going to be a free pass for Rocky Mountain Rage in the offensive zone.
Yeah, just a little bit of scramble there on the breakout. So I think she was trying to look to drop it down low, but both the defense had broken out high. So takes that 5-second violation, and they're going to get a new line in to set up.
And Klimke has the ring over to Pegan. Pegan's coming around looking for help. Shannon's pushing out in the triangle along with Wong. Shannon comes out with the ring. Going to take some time. And Lauren Henderson picks up the ring along the board. She's going to try and move it, but it's picked off by Klimke. Oops. Tried to make a support pass, a good idea, but it wasn't open in this case, so it was picked off. Henderson fighting for it. Krochak gets it and leaves it for Shannon. Shannon's got a big shot. Can't quite get it away, though. It's blocked by the defender, and Lauren Henderson will come out of the corner with it. They're making a line change here for WAM. Lauren Henderson does break through a little bit, manages to get the ring away, and there is going to be a penalty here to Rocky Mountain Rage. Might be a hold.
Yeah, so there's just a little bit too much of the stick tied up without an attempt to get the ring or that correct body position. So the defense, again, it's very tricky in the triangle. You got to be set almost before the defense or the offense comes at you. Otherwise, you get a little bit stuck with that stick play, ends up in a hole.
The number one reason people get penalties, they're not moving their feet.
They're not moving their feet.
Yeah.
Okay. I should know that one.
It's hard to do when you're in a tight space.
Yeah.
So,
and as a defense, I feel like you never do anything wrong, but you still get the penalty.
No. what you don't want is that offensive zone penalty.
Right.
That's when the coach gets mad. Ketsa with a nice back pass there to Drager across the top. And a big hard shot from Drager through the legs of Rice.
WAM's got a couple
Roy
of very tall
save.
forwards with the Drager, Ketsa, and Shannon line. You'll see a lot. They can use that stick. They got quite a bit of reach, and they all just came back from Finland for the Senior Team Canada, so they got that chemistry going as well.
And a good save by Roy. Ketsa's a goal scorer, so it's good to keep her going. So Lily Sauer gets slowed down right at the line there and comes away with the ring. Leah Wagner picks it up. And this is Madison Fitzpatrick getting the ring over the line, and it's going to be picked up by Talisa Cowley with 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Going to try and get a shot away. Galandi does get a nice shot away and a great reset there for Rocky Mountain Rage. Talisa Cowley's going to slow it up. They're going to slow it down. They're going to see what they can do. Fitzpatrick's in there. Remember, Rage has a penalty, so they're also trying to kill the clock a little bit.
Yeah, spend a little time in that offensive zone.
So Galandi is a very gifted offensive player and just made a great move around. And now WAM had the opportunity to come up the ice, but they made a two-line pass, so they couldn't play it. And Galandi gets the ring. Alton has it now. Great defense by Rage, killing this clock and taking their time with the penalty. You can see them talking about slowing it down. So Tessa Galandi is going to take a bit of time, gets it over to Talisa Cowley. 10 seconds on the shot clock. There's 15 seconds left on the penalty. And they got their reset. There's 5 seconds left on the penalty. There's just over 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
So I think a defensive skate just kind of nicked that crease. So it's going to be, as soon as the WAM picked up possession, it becomes a Rage ring.
All right, Lily Sauer taking the offensive zone free pass for Rage. I'm going to see about a shot and ultimately doesn't. So it's Clappy, Taylor Clappy with the ring. Going to turn around. They're always looking to create an advantage, and they leave that pass to Valencourt, who tries to get a shot through the defense, and it doesn't quite go through, but Lily Sauer was able to bat the ring, and it almost went in. So a good play by them. WAM breaking out with the ring. That's Debaji, who's again going to do that give and go. Fevin had the ring, lost it, but was able to get it back and tried to put it deep in the zone, but it is picked off by Lily Sauer, who then gave it up again. So Nina Tajbarsh is here with the ring, number 9. Waiting to be joined by a line change. So Tori Shannon has the ring. Tries to come around with that big whip shot across the top, but it's blocked by the center. Paige Roy did give the ring away on the free pass, but WAM had been in the crease and had a 5-second delay. You can see Roy comes out of her crease to get the ring. The referees can't start the 5-second and can't start the play until the goalie has the ring in the crease. So that's one way that a goalie can buy a little bit of time to make sure they fully get the grip on the ring. Cowley gets the ring, puts it into the corner, and Dylan Pegan is there with the ring. Cowley's going to come across. Pegan couldn't get the ring away. Galandi has the ring, and a good pass low post to Cowley, who just missed the net on that one-timer. And Pegan gets the ring on net, but a good save by Woodliff. And a quick pass up to Shannon.
Yeah, that was a great one-timer opportunity. Like you said, we saw a lot of those go in because it just catches those defense and the goalie flat-footed. So you get that down a little lower, that'll be a goal.
Yep, and a good neutral zone, good pass. They're really stretching it out here. Again, this is a theme we've seen with all the games so far. Well, both games today so far. Krochak trying to find an opening, doesn't quite have anyone, drops it back, and it's picked off by Rage. So Taylor Clappy has the ring. Oh, Ferry just got a stick in there to check her, and it's a quick turnover. Krochak to Lauren Henderson. Lauren Henderson, another gifted offensive player.
It's a little bit of combo of that first game of the hub, right? Everyone's kind of getting their sticks underneath them. We've got quite a few turnovers, a few forced passes, but I imagine they will. Oh, right at the buzzer.
Right at the buzzer. Ketsa hitting that far corner.
Coming off the bench, I think it's a 5-hole goal right through the middle, but no one. I thought it went far side,
but we can't see it. We're going to see a replay. This is something we don't often get in Ringette when we're watching it. So here's the replay, so we'll see. Am I right or is Kaylee right?
I think it was pretty low. So either 5-hole or low stick side, but I think, yeah, it was an interesting change with only 1 second left on the clock, but I think caught everyone off guard to get that quick pass.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
But I do think the Rage coach, Chris Kelly, will come in with kind of a positive talk from this because, as we mentioned, WAM's got quite a bit of experience. They definitely have that veteran edge over the Rage. So to be only down 1-0, we will expect to see some good things coming out of the second quarter.
Yeah, and I mean, it was really fast-paced. I feel like they're, again, similar to the first game, there's been some nerves and a lot of fumbling the ring. And, you know, like you said, that can happen at the first game of a hub like this. You're excited to play, and you're, you know, for WAM as well, I noticed some of that, and some of that can be, this is a home hub for them. So they probably have a lot of fans coming here to watch. So there's a lot, it's one of the first times that they have a lot of friends and family here, and again with the little kids in the crowd. And there's a big tournament. This hub is part of a tournament that Edmonton Ringette Club hosts every year, the Wood Tournament. And so there's AA teams from across the country who are here from U16 and U19. So it's really exciting for kids to come and watch these games. And we are just about ready for that second quarter to start. It is 1-0 in favor of WAM. They scored with less than a second left in the first quarter. And the shots on goal are 10-6 in favor of WAM. So Rage holding their own, a really exciting first quarter, and excited to see what they bring out now.
So WAM will kick off the start of the second quarter.
And in low, Tate Arlinghouse with some good moves, just misses the net there. And Drager has the ring, and a good hard shot from distance that's handled by Roy. A big rebound. And WAM played the ring, but they had a crease violation, so it's going to go back to Rage. Roy again picks up the ring outside the crease to buy a little bit of time, make sure she controls it and her team's ready. Sauer comes behind the net.
And WAM's going to drop back into that zone defense to make it a little bit harder for them to gain the line.
And a pass back. It's an unusual support pass to pass back over your own blue line, but it's certainly allowed, and it can be sometimes the right or only play. Drager with a heater into the zone trying to make that pass, and Arlinghouse couldn't quite get it, but in pursuit of the ring and good checking, Arlinghouse wins the ring from Alphen. And across to Ketsa, and Ketsa has another one.
Yeah, you could see all three of the Rage defense had kind of made their way over to the side, so Tate was trying to find her way to make it across to Vale, who was wide open on her forehand.
Yeah, so good hustle by Arlinghouse to get the ring off the boards, and you could see she was trying to get that pass over to Ketsa. Ketsa almost didn't quite get her stick in it, but she got just enough of it to get it into the net. So you don't have to get your stick in the ring to score a goal in Ringette. It's usually the easiest way, but you just got to make contact with it. As long as you don't kick it in or put it in with your glove. And Donauer has a pass into the offensive zone. Cowley couldn't quite handle it. It's picked off. And we have Galandi in the neutral zone for Rage with a quick pass into the zone. Tried to get the return pass, but the ring just flew out really high. I don't think I've ever seen that before. It might have hit the scoreboard.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
No, and especially we're in quite a tall barn, so it's quite a high roof. But
if this was Donnan, that would be a different story.
Either way, that possession will go back to Rage for an offensive free pass because no possession was gained in the neutral zone.
So we have Clappy with the ring. Going to look about the shot. So this violation is because Clappy left the circle before the ring left the circle.
So sometimes you kind of drift out a little bit with your light pass, and if the pass wasn't quite hard enough, you end up leaving the zone before.
But good pursuit by Clappy, who wins the ring off of Wong and Masutka, and is going to play defense there. We have Sauer here, I believe, with Oda Florian and Clappy, and they come up with it. They got a reset, so they're going to take some time and set up. Clappy leaves it for Sauer coming in, and Sauer rips a shot that misses, but it's picked up by Clappy, and Clappy and Sauer are going for a line change. So Oda Florian is going to wait and see who comes off the bench. And they've got Pegan coming in off the bench with 8 seconds left. And Klimke in front of the net. Pegan's going to leave it there for Galandi, who whips a hard shot on net and a great save by Woodliff. And again, good pursuit by Rage, who gets the ring back. Klimke had it. Galandi with a nice back pass across to Pegan, who has another hard shot on net, saved by Woodliff. I think that got her up near the chin.
Yeah, I think these three all came from that Zone 2 Blaze team. Yeah. So you can definitely see that chemistry coming through.
And again, that really high ring there goes way out. So we have WAM is in royal blue. Rocky Mountain Rage is in white. WAM right now in the blue is up 2-0. We are 10 minutes left in the second quarter. Pegan with the pass to Galandi. Galandi back to Pegan. They're kind of slowing things down, waiting to see what the defense will do, to see what kind of space they can make. The return pass is picked off by Jamie Ferry, who's going to try and get out of the zone. She's got 2 on.
Yeah, this WAM defense runs quite a tight triangle, so the Zone 2, Rocky Mountain Rage is looking for a chance to break into that.
Yeah, and a good breakout again, spreading things out. That was Krochak over to Henderson, back to Krochak. Can't quite handle it. We've got 7 seconds left. Shannon trying to get the ring on net, can't quite do it. And Pegan picks up the ring for Rage behind the net and comes out with it, and it's up to Sauer, who gets it and is putting it over the line for Kennedy Rice. Kennedy Rice is coming in, passes it off to Oda Florian, whose shot is blocked by Annie DeBaji. Neutral zone play is blocked, and it's Cassandra Valencourt who comes up with it for Rage. Over the blue line to Sauer, who's got a lot of space and a pretty fresh clock. Valencourt is going to hang on to it while Rage makes a line change. Back pass down low to Oda Florian. And to Valencourt, and there's 10 seconds left in the shot clock. And Valencourt has it, gets a shot on net. Woodliff handles it easily, and it's a quick play out to Erica Lee. Lee finds a defense partner over the line. That was DeBaji. DeBaji up to Arlinghouse. To Drager. Drager misses it. Oh, and a good check there by Danauer. But Arlinghouse does recover the ring. 10 seconds in the shot clock. And more good checking by Klimke. Klimke gets it up to Cowley. Cowley's going to find Galandi in the corner. He's going to race Masutka for it. Masutka did a good job of pursuit while not giving up body positioning.
With Jill Drager, you'll notice we've mentioned her reach before, but forwards may sometimes resist going across the top of the triangle just because she is quite aggressive up there, and will push you out to that waiting forward on the line to check you.
Wong picks it off, puts it up, and Drager's streaking up there, and Drager with a beautiful shot just pulls the goalie a little bit over, freezes her, and then hits that top corner. Not a lot Paige Roy can do about that as the goalie.
No.
I wouldn't want to look up and see Jillian Drager coming in at me.
No, especially on this breakaway, so she gets a good stride, and you'll notice that shot comes way outside of her body, so she's able to hit that far side while standing square to the goalie.
So her body's moving away, so the goalie's moving, but because she's got that long reach, it sort of stays behind, and it creates that separation. Wagner with the ring for Rage in the neutral zone. Back over to Kennedy Rice. Kennedy Rice looking for Valencourt along the boards, but Ferry picks it off. Ferry with a support pass to Kate Henderson, who's being pursued by Clappy. And Ryan York has the ring, and it's over to Jamie Ferry.
Oh, and they just drifted. So Jamie Ferry's the defense here, but the forwards didn't stop quite fast enough. So once she went in, they got called with the 4-in violation. There's still time to represent your favorite team and maybe pick up some last-minute Christmas gifts. Shop the National Ringette League store at ringette.ca.
And Rice to Leah Wagner. Back to Rice.
Rage is doing a great job here with possession. I think they are still controlling some of the game. They just got to kind of capitalize on those offensive opportunities.
And that was an interesting play there where Rage fired the ring in off the ice, and it almost went in off a WAM defender. Again, another thing you don't see very often.
There's a fun fact with the over the line violation, the ring has to fully cross the line. So she took it about 89% of the way there and then came back. So some are screaming for the call, but I do think that was the right decision because she did not fully cross the line. She was able to return to the way she came.
Oh, nice pickup by Shannon. Up the boards, Tajbarsh, but Amy Donauer gets there first. And either on purpose or an accidental drop pass there in front of the net.
Hopefully accidental. You don't want to be dropping right in front of your
No,
crease
it's
there
probably
like
not what the coach drew up, and coaches don't need that kind of stress in their lives. Krochak picks up the ring behind the net. Coming around, Dabaji steps in. Down low to Shannon. And Shannon again looking to get that shot, that big shot free.
Yeah, Rage is doing a great job by tying up that stick. She's got that reach around the body, but they're stepping into that lane kind of before she gets the chance to.
So this ring is going back to WAM because there was a crease violation, a delayed crease violation against Rage. So anytime if a defensive player goes in the crease, their team doesn't have the ring, it's not an immediate whistle, it's a 5-second delay. So if their team touches it within that 5 seconds, then it goes to the other team. So you know, if you're a young Ringette player watching this, you want to watch for when the referee has that because it's sort of a free shot if you take a shot at that time, because even if the goalie gets it, you're getting the ring right back. So it's kind of a freebie. And the ring is out of play again. I don't think I've ever. That hardly ever happens in Ringette.
The boards are so high. They're having trouble.
Well, and the ring just doesn't fly the same way. So this is it's interesting. Anyway, it's a goalie ring, and Paige Roy takes it, and it's to Madison Fitzpatrick, who's going to hustle across and then doesn't have anyone, so makes a support pass over the line to Maya Althan. Sauer has it in the middle and is going to find Fitzpatrick jumping up. Fitzpatrick, one of the junior national team players. And you see that 5-second hand up from the referee. So again, if Rage had shot, they would have got the ring right back. Pegan with a good fight to win that ring. Pegan moving her feet, getting free. It looks like Rage is doing a line change. And that is a delayed crease violation against WAM, so the ring will go back to Rage. So it's 3-0. There's 5 minutes left in the second quarter. It's 3-0 for WAM in the blue. But it's really been a pretty close game.
I think Rage just got to figure out how to break through this triangle. WAM does a really good job of keeping them on the outside. Jill Dreger sticks very hard to get around, so you gotta make some more moves before you go that way.
Yeah, so Sydney Fevin has the ring. She's going to see what she can do. Ketsa out and came back in. Drager missed the pass down low, and it's Kennedy Rice for Rage coming out of the zone. Rice makes a pass that's just a little too far ahead, and it's a two blue line pass, so no one on Rage could touch the ring until Edmonton WAM did. So that was Wong picked up that ring and is going to jump into the neutral zone. Wong tried to get the ring through to the corner to Ryan York, but it didn't quite land, and now it was Drager to Ketsa and then immediately back to Drager, who again did from further out and not on a breakaway, but tried that shot sort of back across from where her body was. Ryan York with a good strong shot on net. Roy has it, but she's not comfortable moving, and so she's just going to make sure it doesn't fall out and into the net.
Sometimes when you don't know, the best thing to do is just stay there.
Hold still. The last thing you want is your goalie to panic looking for it and it falls out of their equipment into the net. No fun.
No.
Okay, so Tate Arlinghouse has the ring. And you can see already there's that 5-second delay. That was probably for a circle violation for going into the circle before the ring left.
Ringette has a lot of places you can't go when you're not supposed to, because the refs have to count a lot of the time.
Yeah. That's true. A lot of places you can't go. You got to really pay attention to where you are on the ice. There's got to be a lot of spatial awareness when you're playing. And that ring is just bouncing everywhere. But Clappy is coming out with the ring. Donauer has got it, and Clappy was calling for that return pass. And again,
Well, good
Clappy tried to make
a
a cross-crease pass to Oda Florian, but it was broken up, I believe, by Jamie Ferry. Another good back pass there from Clappy. Across the top to Pegan. Pegan's going to look to drive through. And got sort of a shot on net, but no trouble for Woodliff. Gets the ring to Ferry. Again, Rage going 2 on, so they're definitely putting pressure on.
Yeah, they got about 3 minutes left in this half before they get a little bit of a break.
Good pick off by Althan, and Talisa Cowley has picked up the ring, so that 2-on forecheck worked in this case. To Pegan. Pegan took a look, still 20 seconds on the shot clock. Again, it looks like they're slowing things down, but they're trying to see what the defense is going to do and where their opportunities might be.
Yeah, just a bit of a missed pass there. The defense were caught on a longer line change, so they were trying to keep them out a little bit, but it came across the zone, and Annie was able to step up. Just an accidental, the reset.
One of the clocks reset and the other one didn't.
So we'll get since WAM had the ring in the neutral zone, it'll be a free pass out of there.
Yeah, so sometimes these wireless shot clocks, sometimes they don't like to sync up. So sometimes one will reset, because one in the end with the Rage goalie reset, but the one down by Woodliff in the WAM end didn't. So Annie Debaji in the neutral zone makes the pass. Henderson couldn't quite handle it. Oda Florian got the ring back as a support pass to Kennedy Rice, who's going to look for Oda Florian again. So again, all of these stretch passes, all the give and goes. Oda Florian with a big shot. Valencourt trying to win it off of Shannon. Bit of a height mismatch there, but it's going to happen. Henderson got it and immediately put it up to Shannon, who couldn't quite get there.
WAM likes to switch up their strategy quite a bit, so sometimes they'll drop right back into a zone, but then sometimes they'll also go 2 on, so it throws the defense off. They're not quite sure what to expect.
And through the neutral zone, that was Cowley to Valencourt. Back to Cowley. 10 seconds on the shot clock. We've got just over a minute left in the quarter, in the half. And Drager has it up to Arlinghouse.
He's going to go for a break.
I think we're going to go for Drager and Dick just gets in there to pick up that loose ring. We're at a minute left in the second quarter. Pegan down deep into the corner. Cowley couldn't quite handle it, and Wong comes up with it. Drager. Oh, and Drager's return pass is picked off by Downhauer.
Just a little bit of a collision. They both thought they were cutting the other way, so
40 seconds left, and Wong is into the neutral zone to Masutka, up to Arlinghouse. Arlinghouse makes a good move and gets a good shot, and Paige Roy makes the save. 30 seconds left in the second quarter, and a 5-second count.
So WAM's going to have the last 27 seconds here to try and set something up, maybe get one more goal before halftime.
And you'll notice that the shot clock isn't going to run because we have under 30 seconds left in the game with a full clock. So in some arenas, the clocks will actually turn off. So you'll see if you look up and the shot clock is off entirely, you will know that the period is almost over. In this case, they don't go off, but they're not running. So Ryan York from Tajbash. Brian York, good save by Paige Roy. And the ring gets played out quickly to Althan. There's 10 seconds left. Clappy has the ring. Fitzpatrick has it and is going to try the shot, but it's blocked by Masutka. So the second quarter comes to a close and halftime, and there's going to be a flood.
All right, so we're going to see some of our first half highlights, including WAM's 3 goals. They're up 3-0 on the Rocky Mountain Rage. So our first goal here, outside shot just as the buzzer beater for the first quarter by Vale Ketsa. And then a second one by Vale Ketsa after Tate's beautiful pass as the defense got caught to one side. And then the Jill Drager breakaway. We have WAM, the host team, up 3-0 over the Rocky Mountain Rage, heading into the halftime, so we'll get a quick flood here. It's not really the score. It doesn't depict, I think, our possession game, where Rage is managing to hold half of it. So we were just trying to flag someone down for an on-ice interview for halftime. She just went to the bench, so we're just going to try and pull her back quick, and she'll come down. Here we go. She's heading out. She's heading out to the ice now. So Chris Kelly, also as we mentioned, was also the head coach for the Zone 2 Blaze, where a lot of these players have come from. Zone 2's been running a program for a number of years now, and have finally taken the jump to the NRL. So we're excited to see what they do. We're gonna head down to Bronwyn on the ice with Kristen Ola Florian. Sorry.
Okay, I'm here at ice level to talk to Kristen Odaflorian with Rocky Mountain Rage. It's your first season here. How's it going so far?
I feel like it's going really well. The team is made up of a bunch of different clubs that are coming together, and I feel like we're trending in the right direction. So, yeah, I feel like it's going really well. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it. Obviously, WAM is a very experienced team, and you've got a lot of rookies on your team. So it's going to be fast-paced and there's learning curve. What are a couple of things your team is focusing on?
I think the biggest thing is just staying consistent and resetting. We want to play teams like WAM to get us to improve. So we love the challenge. But yes, I think resetting, just playing it one shift at a time, not letting the highs be too high or the lows be too low, just working on that consistency.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Kristen, and good luck in the second half.
Thank you so much.
They're just superhumans, and they come from a humble background.
Seeing my sisters make big teams, it made me realize, even though we're from this little province, you can make your dreams come true if you work hard.
They just love the game so much.
8 seconds remaining. Snowden with a shot. Score!
This past season, the two of them scored 97 and 96 points each. That's in 24 games.
My earliest memory of Ringette is my dad making an outdoor rink in the backyard.
Our older sisters did not go easy on us. There was no mercy in our family.
She knows what I'm capable of. I know what she's capable of.
So they've always been really close. Moncton sisters ready to take on Ringette World.
All right, in. This is the game we came here to play, guys.
They said that if she got another concussion, she'd never be able to play Ringette again.
Oh, nice break. I'm always scared they're gonna get hurt.
When we first started the Atlantic Attack, we were at the bottom of the barrel. Now we can actually compete.
People sacrifice a lot for the sport.
I am just realizing now everything that they had to go through in order for us to just play a simple game.
I love you! It's always been about togetherness.
You said it once and you said it before, them Snowdens are not too bad Ringette players.
All very, very good players. All spend a lot of time at the rink. I know that these younger girls have spent a lot of time watching their older sisters play, and it's fun to watch them in a very nice family.
That's me. So we're going to cut back to a promo from Ringette from 1979.
Check 1, 2. Can you hear us? Yeah, thank you.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break while the Zambo... What is this? Will the Zamboni floods?
They're just superhumans, and they come from a humble background.
Seeing my sisters make big teams, it made me realize, even though we're from this little province, you can make your dreams come true if you work hard.
They just love the game so much.
8 seconds remaining. Snowden with a shot. Score!
This past season, the two of them scored 97 and 96 points each. That's in 24 games.
My earliest memory of Ringette is my dad making an outdoor rink in the backyard.
Our older sisters did not go easy on us. There was no mercy in our family.
She knows what I'm capable of. I know what she's capable of.
So they've always been really close. Moncton sisters ready to take on Ringette World.
All right, in. This is the game we came here to play, guys.
They said that if she got another concussion, she'd never be able to play Ringette again. Oh, nice break.
I'm always scared that they don't get hurt.
When we first started the Atlantic Attack, we were at the bottom of the barrel. Now we can actually compete.
People sacrifice a lot for the sport.
I am just realizing now everything that they had to go through in order for us to just play a simple game.
I love you!
It's always been about togetherness.
You said it once and you said it before, them Snowdens are not too bad Ringette players.
All very, very good players. All spend a lot of time at the rink. I know that these younger girls have spent a lot of time watching their older sisters play, and it's fun to watch them in a very nice family.
Yeah, that was a great commercial. We're going to head back to a little Ringette clip from 1979.
Ringette is a Canadian game designed exclusively for girls. Basically, it is played on ice with a ring and a bladeless stick. It was invented in Ontario in the mid-1960s and ever since has been soaring in popularity. Today, there are between 50 and 60,000 girls in Canada who play Ringette, and 350 of those gathered here in Winnipeg for the first ever Canadian Championships. 16-year-old Lisa Lowe has been playing Ringette for 9 years. She is a center for a team from Ajax, Ontario. Tell me how you got started in Ringette 9 years ago.
When I had to go undercover, I was supposed to say I was 8 years old, but I really wasn't, so that's how I started.
And Lisa finished this game with 1 goal and 1 assist. In the second period, Ontario outscored Manitoba 5-3 to win 8-6.
I hope it goes in the history books. I'll probably remember it for the rest of my life. I'll probably tell it to my grandchildren.
That was a great little recap of Ringette from the past. So currently we're waiting on the halftime flood. There's about 7.5 minutes left. We've got Edmonton WAM leading 3-0 over the Rocky Mountain Rage on the first time playing each other this year. We're going to take a quick break and we're going to go to a few of the commercials from our sponsors. Awesome, yeah, so about 6 minutes left. We're going to see if we can get some highlights to wrap up our exciting first half of this second game in the Edmonton Hub. Yeah, so we've got 3 goals coming off Edmonton WAM, but like I said, the possession's definitely been about 50-50 for the Rocky Mountain Rage. I expect to see them talk a little bit about how they can break through that tight Edmonton WAM triangle.
Yeah, and the zone, when they do the zone defense as well, it's throwing them off.
Yeah, but we can definitely see some of that chemistry coming through. We've got a number of the junior national team members here represented through the Rocky Mountain Rage, and a number of the senior national team members represented through the Edmonton WAM. So all teams have had a bit of a break.
Yeah, you can see there's been a lot of good saves as well. I think, Paige Roy has given up 3 goals, but she's made a ton of huge saves. And Woodliff has been solid in goal for WAM.
So we'll see what the halftime talk is, what teams will come out, maybe adjust a few things based on what they've seen so far. And we'll have about 4 minutes left. We have, for those of us just joining, we have Edmonton WAM up 3-0 on the Rocky Mountain Rage. We're just going to take a quick break for a commercial.
They're just superhumans, and they come from a humble background.
Seeing my sisters make big teams, it made me realize even though we're from this little province, you can make your dreams come true if you work hard.
They just love the game so much.
8 seconds remaining. Snowden with a shot.
This past season, the 2 of them scored 97 and 96 points each. That's in 24 games.
My earliest memory of Ringette is my dad making an outdoor rink in the backyard.
Our older sisters did not go easy on us. There was no mercy in our family.
She knows what I'm capable of. I know what she's capable of.
So they've always been really close. Moncton sisters ready to take on Ringette World.
All right, in.
This is the game we came here to play, guys. They said that if she got another concussion, she'd never be able to play Ringette again. Oh, nice break.
I'm always scared they're gonna get hurt.
When we first started the Atlantic Attack, we were at the bottom of the barrel. Now we can actually compete.
People sacrifice a lot for the sport.
I am just realizing now everything that they had to go through in order for us to just play a simple game.
I love you!
It's always been about togetherness.
You said it once and you said it before, them Snowdens are not too bad Ringette players.
All very, very good players. All spend a lot of time at the rink. I know that these younger girls have spent a lot of time watching their older sisters play, and it's fun to watch them in a very nice family.
Wonderful. Welcome back. We are just about 2.5 minutes away from the second half of our second hub game, Edmonton WAM versus the Rocky Mountain Rush. Play it, love it, live it. So the Canadian Ringette Championships are back in Ottawa, March 29th to April 4th. So we're seeing these teams about halfway through the season right now, but we'll see what they're coming up to come March. All of our NRL teams do make the national or the Canadian Ringette Championships, but it will be based on seeding which pool they go to. So the top half of the NRL will head right to the playoff bracket, so they'll get to all play, but the higher ranks will go right to the quarterfinal, whereas the lower ranked teams will have to play off to kind of see who gets to advance that quarterfinal throughout the week. Joining us on the ice right now are our in-game officials. Both Tamara and Sylvie have been reffing here in Alberta for a number of years, and so we've got a really experienced core out officiating this game.
Yeah, and officiating at this level is, as we said, a tough gig. You're doing a lot of stopping and starting, a ton of skating, a ton of speed, and lots going on. So they've got to be quick and they've got to be ready. I know they do their own fitness programs and they
with
do
no break.
Power skating. Yeah, they don't get to go on a line change.
I still think if I was going to make a change to this game, I'd put one sub ref in the box and they'd
make
get
a
to
line
come
change?
off. Yeah, on different breaks of the play and take a break, get a snack, get some water. All right, so joining us back, we've got the Edmonton WAM just heading out. The fresh ice is going to be slick. So like we saw, wet. If you joined us for our first game, that as a defenseman, that first minute out when the ice is wet, anytime you hit the ground, you're soaking wet, is always an exciting one. But so we might see a little bit of extra hard passes, maybe a few missed passes as they start to settle in.
A little throwback because Kaylee and I played in the wood. So this hub is part of a wood tournament, which is a AA tournament that Edmonton hosts. And back in the day, where did it used to be hosted, Kaylee? Where did we play that had extra wet ice?
Oh, at the West Edmonton Mall.
So there's an ice rink there, and if you can imagine, it gets sunny in the middle of the day because there's a nice
they want
skylight.
It to be warm for the shoppers, less cold for the on
but
ice.
The ice is terrible, and it's so wet, and if you fell in the corner, you would be soaked through your pants and your girdle.
Yeah.
So, this tournament has been played for a long time.
This is the 40th year of the
Is it?
Wood Tournament. It is.
It's 50 years for Ringette Alberta this year. So a lot of milestones this year. The Wood Tournament is actually named after one of the original Edmonton Ringette Club.
The founders, the Edmonton Ringette Club, yeah.
And I believe they might even be in attendance around the rink today because I saw...
They'll likely be here. Their daughter and granddaughter are coaching the St. Albert U19 AA Ringette team. Back again, Janine Helland.
Yep. And Liv Helland. And so Janine's dad is Reg Wood, and that's who the Wood Tournament is named after. So it's been going on for a long time in Edmonton, obviously. So we're just getting ready for the third quarter. So again, they play 4 quarters, 13 minutes each in the National Ringette League with a flood between the second and third quarters. And we are about to get underway here. We have Edmonton WAM in royal blue, Rocky Mountain Rage in white. And it is currently 3-0 in favor of WAM, but the shots are close, 16-12 in favor of WAM.
And they're going to start right away. The Rage took their time getting out, but they made sure there's a strict rule here. There's a 15-minute halftime, so they're going to get going right away.
Okay, and Valencourt with the ring. Coming around, leaves it off, and a back pass across to Sauer, and I think we saw a bit of that slow ice there. Across to Clappy. Clappy can't quite come up with it. They've got 7 seconds on the shot clock. Tries to get a ring through to the net in front. Sauer gets it and is able to get the reset, and Clappy comes up with it.
Oh, that's a big spin. Erica did a great job getting her stick in the way to stop that. So it will be a crease violation, but it won't
not
be
a goal.
So
that's what you do as a defender. Sometimes you take the violation or the call to make the play. We're just going to see that defensive play here. Clappy got the ring in front of the net, tried to make a spin, and Erica Lee did get her stick on it in front of the net, but it was in the crease. So
sometimes it works great. Sometimes you end up knocking in your own net.
They didn't give up a goal, so that's probably all they care about.
Yeah. That slick ice again, so that ring bounced into the crease, and there's a bit of a violation.
We have Masubka coming out with the ring, looking for a quick pass. Fired it up, but Fevin was turning the wrong way, but it's mishandled by Fitzpatrick in the neutral zone. And again, not quite firing on all cylinders for either team right now with a lot of passes to nowhere. So Galandi up through the neutral zone. Fevin did get a touch on that, but now she can't touch it again.
Yeah, so right there, you can't be the one to touch on either side, but you also can't be in the way, causing
preventing
the other team to get it. So there we saw Sydney kind of step in the way, and because of that, it was a 5-second violation for anyone on her team to touch the ring.
Yeah, so again, a lot of those 5-second timing that you got to watch out for if you're playing and be smart about it. So Sauer's going to take the free pass for Rage. Going to pass it off to Oda Florian, who we chatted to at halftime. Oda Florian is from Ontario originally, so one of the few who isn't sort of from the Calgary area on this team. And now Rage is doing zone defense to come back.
So you mentioned that might be one of those things they talked about during their halftime break.
I'm guessing so.
Between snacks.
And Rage had a good opportunity there, but it was just broken up by WAM. And Ferry's going to come behind the net to get some speed going and look to make this short pass across to Shannon. Shannon's going to look for Henderson on the wide side of the ice there. Henderson's going to see what's out there. Tries a pass to Shannon. Shannon picks it up now, tries to hit that corner and misses. 4 seconds left in the shot clock. Krochak goes and gets the ring, tries to fire it, doesn't get through. So it's going to be a goalie ring as there's a shot clock violation against WAM.
Yeah, that one knock about those high shots, you always want to make sure you're getting a piece of the goalie or the net so you can get that reset.
Yeah. So Roy to Pegan behind the net. Pegan's got a good head of steam going, but Henderson keeps up with her. So Pegan had to cut back. Pegan now finding Rice high in the zone. Rice trying to make a support pass. I think that was for Galandi, but it didn't quite connect. So Krochak picks it off and is coming into the offensive zone. Krochak drives in front of the net and a good save by Roy. Henderson in good pursuit gets the rebound.
We'll see because of that pass that failed. So we've got Kennedy Rice now filling in at defense, which unfortunately just resulted in Dreger walking around and getting that bumpy 5-hole goal.
Yep, so we've got the replay seeing Henderson with a really good back pass, and then Drager with a lot of good moves over there and just squeaks one through Paige Roy.
Edmonton WAM goal scored by number 2, Joe Drager. Assisted by number 10.
Ring behind the net, Valencourt trying to get it. And in an effort to make sure the goalie got it, Erica Lee was in the crease. So it is a change this year. There's also a slight change to the goaltender's crease. So if the ring is touching the goalie's crease, the defending team can carefully play the ring further back into the crease as long as they only touch the part of the ring that's outside the crease. If the offensive, they can't take the ring out of the crease, and if the offensive team tries to play the ring, it will be blown down and given to the goalie for a goalie ring.
Which is good. It gives that defense just that chance to stop the ring coming out that the forwards are going to shoot back
some
at
rinks,
you.
it's not very obvious where the outside of the goal crease is. It gets snowy. Ketsa trying to play the ring up to Lee, and WAM's going to get a penalty here. I think it's going to be Erica Lee for a trip. It might be to Ketsa.
No, I think it'll be
No, it's going to Erica Lee, number 19 for WAM. I think just got her stick tangled up trying to check and just took the feet out.
Yeah, and that rage for it. She did a great job moving her feet the whole time, which then when
how you draw penalties.
When you're flat-footed, you end up getting if you get your stick in the way, that ends up how you get stuck in the box for 2 minutes.
All right, so we've got Pegan is taking the ring, and she whips a shot, misses, but because they had it set up that way, they had Klimke was over there on that side ready to get that ring if it missed the net or if it got deflected wide. Coming in, Cowley with a good shot. Didn't hit the net, but created a good opportunity. Klimke's going to come out with it, leave it for Pegan.
Well, there's just a little bit of miscommunication. Pegan saw the white behind her, but was a defense having to wait outside that line.
Yeah, so that can be a really good play, but they weren't set up for it, and they didn't have anybody coming out of the zone. So I'm sure Pegan thought that was one of her forwards. But that can be a play that's used if they do remember to get a player out of the zone. The defense can jump in. That was a good shot from Tajbosh and a good save by Roy.
WAM's still playing quite aggressive, even though they're down one player.
Yeah.
So they still went 2 on to turn that ring back over.
And Wong has the ring. That's a defense deep in the zone there while the rest of the team changes. And Wong's going to leave it there for Shannon. They're surprisingly hard to tell apart sometimes. Shannon and Drager. You got to really wait to see the blonde ponytail or the brown braid, I guess. Fevin is going to get that ring. The shot clock's almost up, so you saw the Rage player actually left it and didn't touch it, hoping to get the shot clock violation against WAM. There's 30 seconds left in the penalty to Erica Lee, and
got Kate Henderson there as a defense. She jumps back between defense and forwards, though, depending on the year. So you'll see less of a defense drop here and maybe more offensive setups.
Yeah. And a big shot from distance by Fevin. Picks a corner and possibly catches Roy a little bit off guard. Sometimes those reset shots are actually successful because they're from different areas than goalies are normally used to getting a shot from. But certainly Fevin hit a corner there. So
yeah, and Fevin, hometown St. Albert, is coming through. She's known for those sharp shooters.
Yeah, so I mean that's a great corner pick by Fevin, getting the ring and just waiting long enough. So that's a shorthanded goal for Sydney Fevin. Kennedy Rice plays the ring to Leah Wagner, and Rice is going to jump in to the offensive zone. Now Rice is typically a forward. She appears to be playing defense in this game, but she certainly knows what she's doing in the offensive zone, so that's a good option for them. The WAM penalty is up, so they are at full strength. Cowley has the ring, down low to Pegan, and they've got 3 seconds on the shot clock. Did get a shot on that hit the post or enough of the goalie. Galandi trying to dance in there, trying to get a play off. And WAM was in the crease, playing good defense, but stepped in the crease, so the ring is going to go to Rocky Mountain Rage.
This is one of those rinks that are very well drawn on, so they can tell every time you're in the crease.
It's true. The lines are nice and bright.
Easy to see from up here, and we got our...
And because they get the flood at halftime, it keeps it a little less snowy. So we have Sauer here, takes a shot and hits the crossbar. So gets a reset for that, and she won the race to the ring. Does a good job getting the ring free. Valencourt is going to get the ring, being hounded by Shannon, who's pushing out really far. And again, you see that long reach.
Yeah,
and
both
the low
her
center
and
of
Drager are
gravity.
very hard to cross on the top just because they've got the long reach, the big stick, and they're not afraid to
and they're strong.
Get you in the hip.
Yeah, and they're strong. So one of the things that can be a challenge is if you're staying down really low, you're not as mobile. But they manage, the really good players manage to both stay low and be very mobile as they're coming across. And another good play, Rage creates some opportunities there with Sauer, Valencourt, and Clappy making some trouble for WAM, but Woodliff was there to keep it out of the net. Shannon has it. He's going to play it up to Krochak. Dick is in pursuit. Gets a stick down, keeps Krochak out for now, who drops it to Henderson. Henderson makes a good cut around Sauer at the top of the triangle, but can't get a shot on net. 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Krochak has it. Krochak gets the ring on net and a good save by Roy. And we had a crease violation this time on Rage, so because they got the ring goes back to WAM. So we're going to have a free pass for WAM in the offensive zone.
Yeah, WAM's doing a great job trying to get those lanes, really get those, move towards the net on those resets. So.
Okay, and Drager's going to take it. And Drager has a rocket. I would not want to be hit by that. So Roy makes a good save and gets the ring out quickly.
A lot of time that free pass, you'll see a lot of shots off that free pass. You just have such a clean lane where nobody can step inside that circle. So you get a really good look if the defense or if the goalie is giving you any holes to take that free shot.
Great step in the neutral zone a while ago now, but Wong did a great job preventing the Rage player from getting the ring. Drager with a shot that misses. Arlinghaus comes back around, gets a good shot off.
Not quite patient enough. So Drager had to wait a little more for that ring to fully cross outside the crease before she'd be allowed to pick that
and
up.
It's not always a bad play to try that. You never know what's going to be seen. And again, Ketsa with another good reach there stops that. Arlinghaus coming in, trying to get a shot. Trying to win that rebound there. And so this call, I think it's going to be a white ring, actually, if they called bottom third. Yeah, so they called bottom third on Ketsa, and just as she was up against the board, she put her hand too close to the playing end of the stick, so this part of the stick that's usually on the ice, you can't have your hand on the bottom third of that stick while you have the ring. Creates an advantage or is unsafe. Either way, it is not allowed. So it's not a penalty, but it is a violation. So that's why they got the ring back.
A little bit of a scramble there, and yet another through the crease. So it'll result in Lily Sauer almost ended up with a breakaway there after she dropped her stick and it flew into the offensive zone.
Yeah, picked it up, and then all the ring was there right away. Love it when that happens. It's a great fake. It's what you should try to do. Okay, and Tessa Galandi with the ring with a really good back pass there to Pegan. Didn't connect the way they wanted, but they still have the ring. So Galandi looking for his time and space. He's going to come around the top there, going to find Klimke on the low post. Klimke does a great job taking the step, trying to see if that far side was open, but Woodliff shut the door. Pegan trying to get away from it. Oh, and a great play by Tessa Galandi trying to find Klimke on the far post.
When you stab that one, that's a goal.
Yeah, those are the ones you dream about and then you cry about later when you miss. Because you're so close. Sydney Fevin again trying to find Ryan York down low. Ryan York seems to be playing center.
Yeah, she is. So I think this
normally
is her
she's played
year.
a lot of defense.
Yeah,
so,
but this year she's moved into the center role. Which she did much as well when she was younger. So.
Yes. She's a younger player on this team, but she was on the junior national team last cycle, so in 2023. Math, yes. Oda Florian with the ring, back across to Clappy. Clappy leaves it for Valencourt. They've got 5 on the shot clock, and they got a shot off, but Woodliff was right there, right at her chest. I feel like maybe Rage isn't hitting their corners the way they'd like to. Erica Lee over to Shannon. Shannon's going to play it deep for Krochak. Krochak misses it. So Donhauer got the ring over to Clappy again. Across the far side, we've got Dick. Dick trying to find Oda Florian. I think Dick played that ring, but I guess it touched somebody else.
Hey, as long as you got confidence.
Yes, that's true. Pegan is going to find Fitzpatrick coming in off the bench.
They're really trying to work that cross crease, and I do think, again, if that connects, right, those are going in. Nice little right off the glove.
A nice spin move from Cowley, but Shannon comes away with the ring. Shannon to Lauren Henderson. Ooh, and a dangerous pass. And we're getting a slashing penalty.
Shannon, I think, just got a little tied up. There was a stick there that caused her to fall in the middle. She skates quite effortlessly, but she's going quite fast. So she got tied up and ends up in a penalty.
It's a slashing penalty to number 21, to Lisa Cowley.
So WAM will get the offensive free pass here with the extra man on the ice, and we'll see if they can set something up with it.
All right, so Henderson takes it, passes it to Shannon. Shannon's going to take it. Going to see if there's anything open, takes a look, doesn't like what she sees, so she cycles around some more. Henderson comes in, and it's back over to Shannon across the top. Shannon trying to bulldoze her way to the net, and she did manage to push Fitzpatrick into the net. Fitzpatrick doing a good job holding her ground, but gets pushed back into the crease by Shannon, so it's WAM is going to get the ring, but that's a good, strong defensive play from Fitzpatrick on the corner.
The tricky part with defense there, especially when you're facing stronger skaters, when you get pushed in, it's just the next person to touch the ring loses it.
Because chances are the other team's also in the crease, but if your team touches it, so in that case, the goalie had the ring. So it was, by default, it was Rage that had the ring, so
yeah,
that's
always
why.
Interesting when both are in there, so
yeah,
you feel like you did a great job, but she just pushed you a little too hard.
And Arlinghouse came across, couldn't quite get through, but did make a pass over to Ketza. And there's that big reach from Drager again.
That's a good step there by that Kennedy Rice.
Galandi's fighting for it, but Long comes away with the ring. Arlinghouse makes a good move there, and a great save by Roy. That was a good little quick shot by Arlinghouse, and that's a tough save for a goalie in tight there. Ketza puts a move on and goes around the net. And a great save. I think Roy got a stick on that, and here you're going to see Roy made a great save following that across.
Yeah, we'll see
Maybe
too.
we can get that again after.
Arlinghouse comes across on her not dominant side, so that's just a little tricky. It just takes that extra split second to get that shot off when you're coming all the way across your body. So that's why we saw in our first game, if you tuned in for the BC Thunder, Beach was always trying to slip over to her forehand side to get those quick shots off it.
So we've got 14 seconds left in the penalty to Rage, and we've got 20 seconds left in the third quarter. So we're closing in on the end of the third quarter here. And the pass across to Fevin doesn't go through. Donauer is going to try and get to the ring. Fevin gets it again, whips that strong shot. There's 5 seconds left.
Probably just hold it here. Yeah, so we'll take another 1 minute break for a little coach pep talk, and we'll join us for the fourth quarter of this game. WAM is currently up 5-0. Can't get enough Ringette. We'll be back on January 10th to 11th in Burlington, Ontario, hosted by the Cambridge Turbos, and then back in January 17th to 18th in Winnipeg, Manitoba, where you can catch the Manitoba Herd.
Yeah,
We'd also like this time to thank the Ringette Canada sponsors, the Government of Canada, Gatorade, Sports Play, Athena Ringette, and then all of our teams have individual sponsors that really support their season and this big travel schedule they have. So we'd like to big shout out for everyone out there supporting Ringette.
Yeah, and all of you tuning in, every view and every click that we get helps get Ringette more coverage and more publicity, and it helps bring in more viewers and more players, and it just keeps growing from there.
So we've got head coach Jen Krochak out there drawing up. I imagine it's a bit of a, hey, get this game under control, right? You're going to take that extra time with the shot clock, spend a little time setting up plays and make sure you're waiting for good lanes and good opportunities. And then head coach Chris Kelly, probably the opposite message, zone sorry, I'm so used to them being zone 2 and they're the same colors. Rocky Mountain Rage will be looking to gain more possession and set up the opportunities, right? They want to hammer back some goals, so I would imagine we would see a little bit of 2-on, a little extra pressure, and then maybe even near the end of the game a goalie pull.
Yeah, so the shots on goal through 3 quarters are 30-23 in favor of WAM, who has a 5-0 lead. So the game hasn't been as unbalanced as the score, but certainly Rage is having a hard time finding the back of the net. So WAM in control in the offensive zone. It's Fevin Tajbash and Ryan York trying to see what they can create. Yep, so Fevin trying to get to the front of the net, bowled over one of the defending players for Rage, and so she's going to get a body contact penalty.
Yeah, so you can set up that opportunity, but you can't push the center out of the way so that she can't defend the forward anymore. So she will go to the box.
And it didn't exactly look like she was absolutely trying to bowl her over,
no,
but she didn't get out of the way, and there was movement, and so she got in the way, so it is a penalty. So
and as a defender, we appreciate that when we get pushed out of the way, that they make those calls. So.
Yeah. Yeah, because it does happen, and if you do it subtly enough, it's a good play. So there's a pick by Galandi. So the players can set a pick, and again, it's the same. They have to be stationary and make sure that they're not preventing that player from getting to the play. Unless they're there first, they have to block them. Rage has possession in the offensive zone. Galandi getting the ring through, gets the ring off of Woodliff, makes a good save. Got a rebound. Pegan, I think, had a rebound opportunity, and Woodliff made another save, but there's a crease violation against WAM, so Rocky Mountain Rage is going to get the ring. And WAM is in blue. They're up 5-0. We are just under a minute into the 4th quarter. We've got WAM here is quite an experienced team. They didn't win nationals last year, but they got 2nd place in the NRL last year, and the year before they won it all. So there's a lot of 2 years before that. I apologize. And Rocky Mountain Rage is brand new with a lot of rookies on their team. So it's been a really good game, and it's exciting to see Rage putting up such a good fight here. So
yeah, and Rocky Mountain Rage is now the 4th team out of Alberta, so it's great to see, especially with so many programs again coming out of that Calgary and Zone 2 area. They've got 3 U19 AA teams, so it's great to have these players a place to go where it's hard to break onto a roster when you're coming out of U19.
Yeah. And a great back pass by Shannon up to Masuka. Going to take some time in the offensive zone. Again, do the defense dish off to Shannon, who winds up for a big shot and another one out of play. So this was off the goalie, so I believe that will be a free pass for WAM. WAM has a player in the penalty box right now, so there's still 47 seconds left in Fevin's body penalty. And we're going to see Lauren Henderson starting with the ring here. She's out with Drager and Kate Henderson. Jamie Ferry is on the line on defense there. And as Kaylee said before, Kate Henderson she's playing defense, but she's in there as a forward because they're killing a penalty, so they still want to have 3-on-3.
And she likes being a forward. She will not give you the defensive drop.
Yeah. So it's good to have that versatility. So, you know, in Ringette, because there is so much of this where you need a defender to go into the offensive zone, or you might need an offensive player to come to the defensive zone, it's really an advantage to all young players to get as much experience playing at different positions as they can, so that when they have to be in that position, they're ready for it.
Oh, that was
such a great play. Drager came across, made a good pass across the crease, and I thought Roy got a hold of that, but it just squeaked in over the line. So that's a bit unlucky for Roy. It was a good play by WAM for sure.
Yeah, she put in a great effort. You can't have any complaints about that. So Drager comes down with that long reach and has managed to slip through.
Good pass across Henderson, and look at Roy got there, but it just went off the post, off of her, and then just squeaked right in.
Yeah. And just how the ring bounces sometimes, because that easily could have stopped on the goal line.
Yeah. And so that's a shorthanded goal for WAM. Fevin's going to be out of the box here in 1 second. There
you go. So we're back to 5-on-5. With
And so, what it looks like is why didn't the defender go into the crease to prevent the ring from going in? Well, they can't go in the crease, and if she'd gone in the crease, it would have been called a goal anyway. Or it would have been called a penalty shot, and WAM could have gotten a penalty shot if the player goes into the crease specifically to keep the ring out of the net. So that's why it looks like they're standing around looking, but they're not actually allowed to go in the crease, even to save a goal. Ketsa coming into the offensive zone, trying to keep control of the ring. Going to leave it for Ryan York. Arlinghouse looked like she was set up for a pick. Ketsa still has it. There's 8 seconds on the shot clock. Across to Debaji, and that's 4 in. So Debaji was outside the line, and
Ryan York didn't quite get out fast enough. So a lot of times when we pass to the defense, forwards trying to get out of that zone. But even if their toe is still in, it's going to be a 4 in.
Yeah. So with 9 minutes 48 seconds left in the game in the fourth quarter, it's 6-0 for WAM. It sounds like it's lopsided. The play's been a lot less lopsided, but Rage is just having a hard time breaking through the defensive zone for WAM. So Fitzpatrick with the ring in the neutral zone. Across to Alton. Back into Fitzpatrick. Galandi has it. Makes a good play over there. And again, we had that 5-second delay for crease violation against WAM. And because they played it, it's going to be a white ring.
Yeah, that was another great opportunity from Galandi, who's obviously a threat offensively. She's been setting up some great opportunities here.
Yeah, sneaks a pass through Galandi, trying to find Cowley on the far post. Didn't create the scoring opportunity they hoped for, but did keep possession of the ring. That drop pass was just too far outside the zone. We're going to have a penalty coming, but Drager has the ring in the offensive zone. So
they're going to take the time and set
all
that
over
up,
her.
And bring in that fourth.
So Debaji is going to step in, and Debaji has played some center as well before, so she's familiar with the offensive zone. And WAM is going to try and control this, but Pegan got a stick on it, and Cowley's going to go to the box for a slash.
Yeah, so it's tricky. So you got that stick that you're often trying to make stick checks with, but any come across the top or across the gloves or across the helmet will be a slashing penalty. So you got to really be in control of that when they're breaking out.
Yeah. So in Ringette, when you're trying to do the stick check, you have to check from underneath. You can't check on top of the stick, and you have to check in the bottom, the playing third of the stick.
Great one-timer there. Kaylee Ryan York was just a little too low to get that thing off, or that shot off, so it ended up hitting just the back side of the net.
Yeah, and when it hits the back or the side of the net, it's not a reset. So 10 seconds left. Taj Barsh is here trying to get the ring across to Ryan York. Masuka stepped in, got it to Ryan York, who did get a shot, but Roy made the save. Coming out of their zone here, we have Rice, but it's picked off in the neutral zone. Taj Barsh has the ring, tries to get a shot on net, can't quite do it, and it's going to sneak in. Fevin gets the shot away as the ring was bouncing in front of the net, and Fevin gets the shot in, and it just squeaks in. So the penalty comes out of the box. So on the replay, you can see Taj Barsh trying to get the ring through, and the ring is just sitting there and nobody can get it. Yeah. And Fevin manages to be Johnny on the spot and just puts it right through.
Yeah, it's a great second effort there for Sydney's second goal of the game.
8 minutes left. Dick makes the pass. And that's Danauer. Tries to put the ring in deep, but it's picked off by Kate Henderson, who's going to fire it around as a support pass to Jamie Ferry. It's a little rough. The ring is picked off by Klimke, who's going to slow things down for Rage. Try to set things up. The players are always looking for a quick strike opportunity, but if they don't see it, they're usually disciplined enough to try and wait and set it up and not force something. So you don't want to turn over. You want to use your whole clock. So Glandy comes around the net, finds Pegan. You can see there's that 5-second delay again. There's 8 seconds on the shot clock. So Pegan's going to try and get a ring through, and she does, and it's a great reset shot. It probably wasn't a shot intended to score, but she was able to get the reset, which was all that mattered. Ferry does a great job challenging for that ring and gets a support pass over to Shannon, who's going to pass around to Kate Henderson. You can see Rage really is going 2-on, and they're really trying to put pressure on. That's Shannon comes up with the ring over to Lauren Henderson. And a great quick shot and a good save by Roy.
Yeah, the 2-on checking is great. They're going to put pressure on, but it often leaves somebody open on that next pass. So they got to really be careful, making sure someone's always goal side.
And that was a good little play in tight to Henderson, who unfortunately had a crease violation, but Roy did come up with the ring to make a great save. Roy to Clappy. Oh.
And we're in the crease.
Yeah, that pesky crease.
Okay. So we're going to flash back here to the big save by coming across. She's ready for that shot.
Drager on the free pass finds, looking for Debaji. So Ketsa stepped out of the zone so Debaji could step in. So that's a good example of where the forward can come out and the defense can go in. So Ketsa came back in. The timing was just off a little bit. So Drager missed her with that pass, but set a pick on the low post on Fitzpatrick. And Ketsa comes around and makes a great shot that goes in.
Yeah, so WAM does a great job here. They're going to try and keep that play to the outside until she sees that lane coming through. So you'll notice some big passes to the outside, first to Annie and then back. Then Ketsa winds up and takes that lane.
Drager sets that pick, so it clears some space for Ketsa to come through and have a clean line to the net.
Nice little pick. We got a timeout here being called by the Rocky Mountain Rage. Now we can't hear them down there, but I would expect it's a bit just to calm them down, just kind of shake out some of those nerves. Like you mentioned, it's a very young team playing our veteran team that's got 2 national titles under their belt in the last 3 years.
The majority of the WAM team played on both the championship teams and then the silver medal winning team last year.
Yeah, so you definitely want to kind of gain composure. It's a long weekend and it's a long season, so we're going to see great things out of this team, but he's likely saying to kind of regroup, keep your heads up, and let's still work on getting our plays, getting it to the net, but let's really, I'd imagine, so from my years coaching, it's kind of let's work towards that next game, right? They're going to be back this evening.
Have work on good habits and doing the right play for the right reasons. And again, this Rocky Mountain Rage team, they only have, I think, 3 players on their roster who have any NRL experience. And for 2 of them, it was 2 or 3 years ago for Roy and Rice.
Yeah, and it's a big jump. It's a lot.
It is a big jump. It's a big change. Some of these players were waiting for this to happen, so they'd been playing on Open A teams in the Calgary area, waiting for this second team to come in the Calgary area for the NRL. And then a good chunk of them are first years who just came out of U19. So it's a really, really promising group, and it doesn't seem like the score here reflects the level of competition. Drager in the neutral zone is going to wait for Erica Lee to come across. Going to put it back across. Debaji's going to get it. Drager is going to hold it. There's 10 seconds on the shot clock. We're just under 6 minutes left in the game. Tate Arlinghouse has it. She gets the reset off of Paige Roy, and the defender puts it back into the crease. So coming out here, we have Kennedy Rice. Up to Galandi, back to Rice, back up to Galandi. And a great play. That was a good try by Galandi, trying to sneak it in the far side, and a really good save by Woodliff.
Yeah, it's always a great shot when the goalie doesn't know it's coming, right? You get that off right away.
And there's going to be a boarding penalty here to number 8, Kennedy Rice, on Rocky Mountain Rage.
A big thank you to our feature hub host, the Edmonton WAM. This is being hosted with the Edmonton Ringette Club tournament here in Leduc. So if you're local, come check out the action, and if not, be sure to tune in all day as we'll bring you National Ringette League games throughout the day.
Okay, so a power play for WAM. Again, it's just a 5-on-4, which is still 3-on-3 inside the zone. So it doesn't change a lot of the play that happens inside the zone. It just creates an advantage in the neutral zone.
Like right there, where there was no one to jump on that free ring.
Yeah, and it does look like they're trying to slow things down here. So Fevin had a good try to do a spin in front of the net, but went in that crease. You really have to watch out for that.
Yeah, WAM's going to keep that opportunity, though. They're going to keep looking for shots and shot opportunities and keep working their way towards the net, because like I said, this is the almost a full speed interactions they get. They spend a lot of time practicing for a few games a season. So
yeah, and they play them all in bunches, so there's not as much time in between games to really refocus.
Yeah,
now, this is something that's pretty common all these players have dealt with growing up, because this is how a lot of tournaments are played anyway. So it's not that uncommon, but it isn't something that most higher level athletes usually have to deal with. So they're doing a great job here. Clappy up the ice, gets the ring back, and fires the shot but misses. And Oda Florian has the ring in the corner, being pressured by Kate Henderson. Comes away with it, but there's 10 seconds on the shot clock. Tries to find Clappy. 5 seconds. Tries to get that shot away from that tough angle. You can see there the forward on the line was Lauren Henderson, and the defense stepped out so she could take it in the zone. So it's always helpful to make those switches. Ferry in the neutral zone. Over to Shannon. Through to the slot, and Henderson can't quite get a handle on it. Stick was tied up. Leah Wagner is going to give it to Clappy. Clappy is going to find Cowley deep in the corner. Oh, Cowley can't quite come up with it. Ferry's challenging. Ferry's got it. A good play by Ferry and a pass up to Debaji. Debaji to Drager. Drager's taking time while there's a bit of a line change happening. Drager finds a pass through to Arlinghouse.
Our penalty of the Rage is out, so we're back to 5-on-5. We'll see if Rage steps up, puts a little bit more pressure on them here. Try and gain some ring back.
3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. WAM is up 8-0. A good shot and a save by Paige Roy. Again, the play hasn't been so lopsided, but WAM is scoring on their opportunities, and Rage is just not quite connecting. Yeah. Arlinghouse had a breakaway pass to Arlinghouse. Comes out, tries to make the shot, and a good block by Emma Dick on defense. And a good ring pursuit by Galandi, who gets it. And Klimke gets the ring, and it's back up the ice to Galandi, who's going to drive to the net. And misses, unfortunately, but a great play by her.
Actually, Erica Lee coming through just with a little bit of extra power. Finishes off without going for the check, so she's going to go for a 2-minute timeout and cross checking.
Yeah, penalty box for Erica Lee, 2 minutes for boarding. What did you call it?
That was cross-checking.
Oh.
You can't see from up here.
I saw this.
Yeah, so Rocky Mountain Rage is going to take the free pass and sets them up. They've had some great opportunities, right? That was just a little bit of a miss wide that easily could have been a goal. So I think some big things will be coming out of this team as they go throughout the year.
And Galandi there's a few of them here, but Galandi is such an exciting player to watch. She just is creating opportunities all over the place. Clappy down low to Valencourt. Can't quite come up with it. Masuka hot in pursuit. And the ring is frozen. So because Rocky Mountain Rage had the ring going into that little scrum, they weren't able to move it. So now WAM gets possession of it in that immovable ring. But I think Kaylee Woodliff's going to eat it.
Rage does a great job covering up that free pass. So they marked man on instead of dropping back to their zone. Our next featured hub, so check it out, is going to be involving our East teams, January 10th to 11th in Burlington, Ontario, hosted by the Cambridge Turbos.
We have 2 minutes left in the game here. It's 8-0 in favor of WAM, wearing the royal blue. Rocky Mountain Rage, a brand new team in the league this year, is wearing the white. And another good opportunity just missed by, I think that's Klimke on the corner there. Cowley has the ring, I think looking for a shot. Pegan has it. Back to Cowley. Tries the shot. They didn't get the reset, so they need to get the ring on net for a reset. Don't quite manage it, so it's going to be a goalie ring. There's 1 minute left in the penalty to WAM's Erica Lee. And Wagner's able to pick off the ring and comes into the zone.
Yeah, Rage, even though they're down, they're definitely not letting up on the pressure. They're doing a great job keeping driving, trying to set up those opportunities.
It almost looks like sometimes they're waiting a step too long to make the play, and that's something that can sometimes come with experience. And again, there's a lot of inexperience on this team, but that's the only way to get the experience is to keep playing. But it just looks like sometimes they're waiting a step too long. And a good job. Debaji was under pressure there, made a good pass across to Henderson. Henderson deep into the zone to Ryan York. Ryan York's trying to get her feet moving, slowed down by Kennedy Rice. Up to Shannon, who whips a shot but misses, and the shot clock's about to go off. And that's a shot clock violation for WAM. So Roy's got the ring and is passing it up to Kennedy Rice. Egan had a touch on that, but unfortunately then also touched it on the other side, so that's a both blue line violation. 3 seconds left on the penalty to Erica Lee.
Okay, so with our last 30 seconds, we imagine WAM's going to take the time and just kind of gain possession. They need one reset here to end out this game. So going across to Erica Lee out of the box, but just misses it. She's going to maybe pick it back up here. Olivia's going to pass it back. Like I mentioned, they don't need any more shots. They don't need any more goals. So they'll sit back a little bit and just let this clock run out and finish their first game of the hub. Zone 2 is going to break it out. It is turned over in the neutral zone. See a little fight all the way to the end. So we'll see if they can't quite get a shot off, but they never gave up. That was a great first hub game out of the Rocky Mountain Rage. Stay tuned. Our next game is against the Saskatchewan Heat versus the Calgary Wrath. WAM here finishing up their celebration. They're finishing off this game with an 8-0 win over the Rocky Mountain Rage. Yeah, and these teams are going to shake hands, and we're going to see kind of the excitement, in case you missed it, of what this game entailed. Yeah, so a great opportunity. WAM had a great job sneaking some players behind the play. We've got a Vale Ketsa on that last-minute change shot right as the buzzer went in the first quarter. And then another Vale Ketsa goal right through the 5-hole. Classic move on a low post pass from Arlinghouse. Jill Drager breakaways, something no goalie wants to face. So, yeah, WAM just had a very commanding job. They took lots of shots. They created lots of opportunities, and they really fought through every other ring. Paige Roy faced a number of shots, so she was standing on her head, I think, throughout most of this game. But it gets hard when you're getting peppered throughout the entire game. So hard fought on both ends, and I think again we'll see some great things coming out of the Rocky Mountain Rage. Yeah, so some great plays coming out of the WAM. That was a beautiful top corner goal by Sydney Fevin. She's definitely a sharp shooter. And then, yeah, so very, very exciting seeing some great goals coming out of the Edmonton hub. This is game 2 of 9 that are going to happen this weekend. So make sure there's a lot of exciting ringette going on. If you're around, come on down to the Leduc Rec Centre. Otherwise, please be sure to tune in. So we've got Vale Ketsa joining us ice side here after their big win.
Awesome. So I'm on ice level with number 17 from Edmonton WAM. This is Vale Ketsa. It's a big win out there. Did it feel like the score reflected the gameplay?
It felt like it was a fast game out there both ways. It was back and forth, so kind of, but yeah, no, felt like a good game all around for us.
Yeah, it looked like WAM executed a good game plan. What were some of the things you were trying to work on today?
Taking control of the ring, really like working together to move it up the ice, and then when the turnovers did happen, making sure we're finding our man nice and quick to try and get it back.
Yeah, so it looked like you started the game with mostly a defensive zone. How do you use that to slow down the other team?
Just by like backing up and trying to take ice away from them, block those passing lanes, and when you have bigger players to block those lanes, it sure helps.
I feel like she's getting faces made at her behind me. They're banging on the glass. So excellent work, Vale, focusing on the questions. So good game and good luck the rest of the weekend.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, as we mentioned, so that was an 8-0 win over Edmonton WAM over the Rocky Mountain Rage. Stay tuned at 12:30. It will have the Calgary Wrath playing the Saskatchewan Heat.